Today we have a special session today of Chaos of the Realms. With me are three presidents of the United States. We have President Barack Obama, President Bill Clinton, and President Trump. You three have been asked to create a character sheet with the proper stat distribution system. Please introduce your characters and we will begin. I'll thank you, Mr. DM. My character is Mr. Hopebringer. He is a paladin who represents the goddess of justice. He grew up at the town of Clarendon. However, the town itself was overrun by darkness. Using my mystical powers given to me by my goddess, I was able to hold back the tide for several days and several nights. However, I was forced to flee once all the civilians escaped, and I have never been back. I hope to find other adventurers who can help me take back my village and help me defeat the Legion of Nightshire, a demonic force who is trying to conquer the world. That is very good, Mr. Hopebringer. Let us ask Mr. Trump. President Trump, who is your character?
Thank you. My character is Donald the Tremendous. I was once the chief of a small village. However, we were instantly attacked by the barbarian hordes of the Nightshire. I was forced to flee as my men gave their lives to protect my retreat. I have decided to come to the capital to find allies who could help me avenge my fallen comrades.
Okay, very cool, Donald. Next will be our resident, Bill Clinton. Who is your character?
Thank you. My character is William Sax Clarendon. I am a high elf who is a former blacksmith in my village. However, after finding my love for music, I decided to quit my trade and become a full-time musician, bringing music and joy to everyone around the land.
Very good. Alright, as you all know, the main antagonist will be the Legion of the Nightshire, a group of evil wizards, barbarians, and fallen paladins who want to bring the world to pure darkness. They have already taken over numerous cities and towns. The king himself was forced into hiding because of the relentless assault of the armies of the Nightshire. You three have found yourselves in the same city, ironically enough, in the same tavern. Mr. Clinton, your character is currently performing on stage at the tavern. Let us start the role-playing immediately.
After I was invited up to the stage to perform the music, I quickly pull out my flute and start playing a nice little melody to get everyone in the mood to party or to relax.
Roll performance, please, sir.
Alright, I got a 10 on the roll. On my performance, I got a +5, so a 15 on performance.
A 15. Interesting. You are able to play a very successful battle jig. Everyone is excited and roused up and just pumped up for any action. Everyone in that room gets a +1 to their armor class until a long rest. Okay, Mr. Hopebringer, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Yeah. Do I notice anyone in the tavern that stands out to me?
You, notice 3 different people in the tavern. One is a 10-foot mountain of a man. He has gray skin. He has currently got one eye that is green, a scar going down the middle. His other eye has a patch. His whole face is covered in some sort of battle scars. He is currently wearing armor with a symbol that you may or may not be aware of. He looks like a Goliath in race, and his class is a cleric. The next person you see is a blue-skinned tiefling, blue beard, a black cloak,
gold trimmings. He looks ancient, but by the looks of it, he looks like he just wants to be left alone. Resting next to him is a big staff with a blue crystal. Okay, so the last person you see of note is a female halfling. Brown hair. She looks like she carries a dagger, but if you take a closer look, you can see it's pretty much a cut down short sword, customized to her height. She currently has what looks like a knapsack. You see a few lockpicks in it sticking out, and what looks like some jewelry of some sort. You notice she is looking around nervously, eyeing the patrons one by one. The wizard seems very mysterious. You don't mind if I go over there and talk to him first, would you? Before you do that, can you please roll me a perception? Alright. I rolled a 15. I believe that is with a +3 to my perception roll. So I got an 18. What wizard? There's no wizard. I'll see. Then you know what? That Goliath gentleman looks like he's a great man to talk to. I'll go talk to him. Okay, so you walk to the Goliath, who is currently sitting in the bar. You notice about three mugs of some kind of alcohol next to him, already drunk. What do you say to get his attention? I'll see. Do I know what type of symbol is on his armor or what it represents? Certainly. If you don't mind, can you please roll me a religion check? Alright, let me take a look. Oh, that is not good. I got a net 1. Religion? What the hell is religion? That did not work as I planned. I will walk up to him and tap him on the shoulder. Excuse me, sir. The Goliath turns to you slowly, his eyes looking down at you due to the height difference. I apologize, young tiefling. Did you want to sit down? I appreciate the offer, Mr. Goliath, sir. I wouldn't mind having a seat. Would you like me to order you something from the bartender? It is no problem, young tiefling, and I am okay with any drinks. I have a job to do in a few minutes. I apologize if my question seems kind of personal. I noticed your armor with a symbol on the middle. What does it represent? It is not a problem to ask. To answer your question, young tiefling, I serve the goddess of healing, health, prosperity, and good luck. Her name is Goddess Joy. I appreciate your time, good sir. Before I go, though, may I have your name? They call me Crumb. You watch as Crumb, the Goliath, gets up from his chair, looks at you, takes a quick bow, and walks out of the tavern. All right, I believe it is now Donald the Tremendous's turn. What would you like to do, sir? Well, seeing that I'm a barbarian with a high metabolism and a rockin' six-pack, I think it would be in my best interest to find some food that I can eat. A feast magically appears before you. You don't question it, you just see food start to appear. You have chicken legs, some mashed potatoes, some bread, and what looks like a salad. Tremendous. I'm going to start eating everything except the salad. Awesome. So you are all currently enjoying the atmosphere of the tavern. It has been about 5 hours since you have all gotten there at the same time. However, something unexpected happens right about now.
The town is under attack! To arms, everyone! Hi!
20 minutes earlier, as you were all relaxing at the tavern.
Attack! Leave Nassavas! Burn it down!
Pandemonium at the tavern. You had numerous people gather their weapons, their shield, and their armor. You have a lot of them, including the civilians,
start to cower. Some hid under the tables. Others grabbed makeshift weapons, rather it be pans, pots. The barmaid herself quickly grabbed the knife from the cutting board. The whole town is getting ready for a full-blown attack. I quickly grab my weaponry and my armor. I myself leave the tavern to prepare for battle. How about the rest of you? Are you going to join the battle as well?
With the chicken still in my mouth, I grab my mighty battle axe and prepare for battle. With a mighty roar, I charge outside the tavern.
Being a bard myself, I myself get ready to fight the enemy invaders.
Excellent. I need everyone to roll me initiative for the coming battle. I rolled a 15. My +1 initiative, that'll put me at 16.
Excellent, I got an 8. My +3 to initiative, that'll put me at 11.
Alright, I got a 14. That'll be a +3. I believe that'll take me to 17 for the initiative roll.
Okay, let me roll for everyone else involved in the battle. This will take me a minute. There are a lot of people involved. Give me a minute. Actually, while I'm doing this, guys, can you all roll me perception, please?
I got a 17 for my perception roll.
I got a net 20. Let me see. I got a 18.
All right, so I got the rolls out of the way. The order of combat will be William, you will be going first, followed by guard number 1 of the town, followed by guard number 2, followed by Hopebringer. After that will be all 30 goblins. Don, you're next, followed by the rest of the giants, followed by the orcs. Everyone, prepare for battle. Okay, so y'all rolled your perception rolls. You notice 2 people in the distance. One is the Goliath Crumb. You can see him by what looks like a medical tent, standing guard outside, axe ready to defend the area. You turn your head to the left and you see the short little halfling, the female halfling, perched on one of the roofs. Arrow and bow on the sights of the invading force. Those 2 will also be joining the fight, and they will be coming at the last minute. They will be moving last. Okay, William, it's your turn. What do you want to do in your first turn?
Well, I better, I'm going to run to the first area that has some enemies, and from a distance, I'm going to go ahead and shoot my short bow at one of the goblins.
Okay, from a distance, I need you to roll that dice to see if you hit your opponent.
All right, excellent. Let's see. I got a net 20.
Ooh, very good. Go ahead and roll your damage dice and then multiply it by 2, please.
All right, let's see. That is a D6, I think. So I roll. I got a 5 plus 3. That will be an 8 worth of damage. Times 2, I believe I'm doing 16 worth of damage.
Your aim was steady. Your shot was true as it quickly slammed into the goblin, right into his eye, killing him on the spot. All right, we are now going with the guard. He sees you taking the shot at the goblin, and he decides to charge in with his short sword, striking an orc in the side. Let's see what he rolls. He rolls a 10. He does not hit. The strike itself is a glancing blow off the orc's armor. It does not do any damage, nor does it nick the armor. The orc turns to the guard, as the guard starts to curse himself for such a foolish mistake. Alright, next will be the guard on the wall. He sees a giant at the distance, and he takes the shot with his short bow. He rolls 18. That hits. He does 8 damage to the giant. Even though the giant got shot by the arrow, it just looks at the guard, shrugs its shoulders, and continues on with destroying property. Mr. Hopebringer, it is your turn to decide what you want to do in this situation. Alright. I see them a little far from the main action. I grab one of my javelins, and I throw it at one of the giants that is currently being attacked. Alright, can you roll to hit, please, Mr. Hopebringer? I'll roll a 18. I believe that's a +6 to my hit die. So I believe I do hit. It's over 20. Do I hit? It does hit. You can roll your damage, please. I'll roll a 6. That's a +4 to the damage. I do 10 damage. Am I correct? You see the giant turn his head slowly. The arrow currently lodged in the top of its head near the brain. Eyes rolling back in its head, he falls down dead. Alright, Donald. Do you want to do anything now that it's your turn?
Simple. I see a small little goblin in front of me. I grab him and I throw him at another set of goblins.
Can you do me a favor, Donald, and roll me a strength check in order to grapple the goblin? I will roll for the goblin to see if he's able to escape you with a strength check of his own.
Okay, I rolled a 18.
Alright, the goblin himself rolled a 19. However, he has a -3 to strength, so you just edge him out in strength-wise. Alright, so do me a favor. Roll me your strength check again, and then add your unarmed combat damage to that roll.
Okay, I got a 15 plus 3 to my strength, and then I believe it's a 4 for unarmed strikes. So I believe it is 18, 19, 21, 22 damage.
Okay, so the last thing the goblin saw before you were able to grab him was your giant hands around his neck. Next thing he knows is he is now unconscious and dead as he is thrown into his comrades, who are also killed by the sheer force of the collision. I need you all to roll me a perception, or anyway, forget it. You all see something at the other end of this town that makes your blood run cold.
Tear down the walls! Take the keep! Everything must burn!
You see the stone walls at the end of the town being breached as more enemies approach from the other side. You are now encased in a full-fledged pincer movement from the orcs, the goblins, and the giants. All combat is over. As you are all wondering what is going on, you are starting to see guards and villagers being slaughtered. You are continuously fighting until you feel the fact that you are all getting sleepy. Donald the Tremendous and William are both already succumbed to the sleep spell. Before you fall asleep, Hopebringer, you see the blue-skinned tiefling wizard that you saw at the tavern, approaching the opposing army with a confident stride. Slamming his staff into the ground, he yells out with fury, "Thunder of Judgment!" Before you fall asleep, you see every single enemy evaporated, completely turned to ash, or nothing remains. The wizard himself looks to you and all the bodies on the ground, and with a sigh he just simply says, "And so it was foretold." We will end our session for today. I would like to welcome you back next week as we continue with the story of the D&D campaign, Chaos of the Realms. If you enjoy this video, please like, subscribe, comment, and tell me if you want to try any other voice acting. Let me know, please. Thank you.